Happy Monday and happy 1st of February. I thought I would do a quick check-in and let you know how progress is going. I actually had a really good writing day today, and I thought I would jump on before my call with Amy, who is my author productivity coach, which is in about an hour from now. Because I'm normally quite tired after my session with her. So I have had a really good writing day today, and I've also got my NaNoWriMo really cozy snuggly top on as well. I absolutely love this. It only came a few weeks ago. It's so comfy. So over the weekend I listened to a couple of podcasts. One was by Stephanie Holmes, which was really interesting, and the second one was all about neuroscience and the neuroscience of like fear, anxiety, all different kind of things. And it was really good to have 2 days off and to listen and just let those ideas kind of percolate in my mind a little bit. And I've shaken things up quite a bit this week. So last week I was getting up at 5 a.m. and today I decided just to go to bed rather than at 9 o'clock, like just to go to bed as and when. And I also got up, instead of getting up at 5 a.m, I just woke up naturally, and that was really good, and my head just feels so much better for it. And I think because I've been working through this imposter syndrome as well, I've been having, and I think I'm still in this kind of long COVID phase as well, and I've obviously been on lockdown since March last year, so I think my body is just really under a lot of stress at the moment in a kind of different way from not being out and about and doing my normal kind of activities and being indoors all the time. So I just woke up naturally, but because my body's been in this weird way, like with the lockdown and things, I've been having, and I think because I'm mentally processing, and I was finding it really hard to start writing last week and like recently as well, and my energy levels have been much lower, and so I've been having a lot more weird dreams lately, and sometimes I think I've been waking up with that feel of that dream still with me. And I had a really horrible weird dream again last night, and when I woke up it was still with me, and I still had that state of anxiety, emotion. And I think it's good I'm having these dreams, because I think it's my brain just working through things, and I'm changing a lot of the way I work and a lot of things that I struggle with in terms of my writing and that imposter syndrome and whatever it is that's going on. I think the dreams are just a way of my brain making sense of everything. But I had this really horrible weird dream, and I woke up just feeling like I still had that emotional, that stress, that anxiety, fear state in me when I woke up. And so one of the things I picked up yesterday from the neuroscience podcast was that you can change a lot of the way you feel by using neuroscience. And my background is in clinical cognitive and developmental neuropsychology, so a lot of this really made sense to me. And so I changed things this morning, and I did something called, as soon as I woke up, I put my phone on, I put YouTube on, and I listened to, it's called Yoga Nidra, I think it's called, Yoga Nidra. And it's a little bit like, it's kind of yoga, but it's not yoga. You're not actually moving that much. It's like meditating, but it's very short. And I listened to this for 10 minutes, was just lying in bed, just thinking, like, being aware of my body and the breathing, and like moving a finger and like focusing. You focus on all the different parts of your body, but quite quickly. And instantly, I don't know if it was like just placebo effect, but it seemed to regulate my not my immune system, but like my whole body, my whole system, my emotions. It just regulated everything, and then I felt really good. And then I had my ice shower, which is something I normally do anyway. And while I was in the ice shower, I actually decided, so normally, or like recently, when I've had the hot part of my ice shower, so I normally have like a normal shower first, and then I turn the temperature down and make it icy. In that first part of the shower, I get a lot of like chatter in my head and like discussions and things going on, and a lot of like self-talk. And sometimes it's been quite negative, I think, lately as well, which is not really like me at all. But and again, I think it's linked to the fact that I'm really pushing myself and I'm trying to change my mindset, and I've been battling with why it's so hard to start writing each day. And instead of like, as soon as like, my self-chatter was a lot less than it normally is. I think that was because I did the Yoga Nidra before. But I actually decided I was going to just talk through out loud and just say everything I'm grateful for. So I went for my hot shower, then I had my ice shower, and that normally clears that anyway, which is really good. But then as I was drying myself, I basically ran through every single little thing I was grateful for. Like just like one little thought would lead to another thought, would lead to another thought, would lead to another thought. And I just did that, and it really, really seemed to help me. And I think this goes back to this neuroscience and the release of like, trying to get this release of like serotonin and dopamine, and trying to like, this sense of agitation is actually a really, really good thing. And it's an evolutionary way of getting us to take action. So if we're faced with something like starting writing in the day and you're finding it really hard, that agitated like neurological state that you're in, where you're just feeling like which is how I've been recently, you can regulate that. And he was talking a lot about the Wim Hof breathing, and you can do these two like nasal breaths, like we think like that. It resets the like a lot of the neurology. So you kind of go, and then you breathe out, and that's actually a really, really good way of calming your system from a physiological perspective. So, and a lot of the Wim Hof breathing and the ice shower, you kind of do these things automatically because the water is so cold. So the shower really, really helped. The gratitude, just thinking about like just saying out loud like all the things I'm grateful for, and also just saying, you know, my name is Sarah Jane Weldon, I'm a cozy mystery author. Like I just started saying all those kind of things because I usually find those things quite hard to say, and I've had this like big fear and shame about being an author, and so I think just saying them out loud really, really helped me. And I've just felt like a different person. It was really weird. And so I came down. I'm not stressing about writing this week. I'm not treating it as a job this week. I just said to myself, like, all I have to do is 5 words a day. That's it. So I woke up, I had a really nice, relaxed breakfast. I wasn't stressing about, like, I've got to have breakfast and then I've got to do this and I've got to do this. I was like, I could do some writing if I want to. And then I did. And I started, and I had no issue with it at all. I actually have been writing all day, and I've been back into it, loving it. And I've taken chapter 1 from about 20,000 words, and I've really, really I've just taken it. It was a lot of like just extraneous stuff that didn't need to be there, and I've actually condensed it down now to the important points. So I feel much happier about it, and I think this is going to really help with the writing in general. Yeah, I don't know, and I normally get tired in the afternoon as well. So I think instead of having a nap, I'm going to just do this 10-minute Yoga Nidra. I wish I could say it right. And I'm going to do it before bed as well. Just to see if it can, I think if I can tackle things from this neuroscience, like physiological level, it should really, really help me. And instead of like trying to avoid the fear, the agitation, just accept it for the fact that it's just my body's way of saying you need to do something. You can't just, you can't stay in fight or flight mode. You've got to take action. And actually by taking action is the best way to get those dopamine hits. So as soon as I started writing, I mean, actually it happened before because I did the Yoga Nidra, which gave me a dopamine hit because I achieved something I wanted to do. I made my bed, which was another little dopamine hit, which is something like I had achieved. I had my ice shower, so then I had like an extra hit, and getting the serotonin going as well. And then I started writing, so then I got like a reward for that. like from a chemical perspective, neurotransmitter perspective. And then the more I was writing, the more words I was getting and the happier I was with my chapter. Again, I got all these dopamine hits. So I'm kind of buzzing now because I just had a really, really good day neurochemically, or however you want to say. And I think this is really going to help with productivity in writing and just treating things in a different way. And like, I haven't really changed my mindset that much, but just doing things, understanding things on a different level seems to have really, really helped today. So I'm hoping if I can keep this up. I haven't got like as many words in as I'd like to get, but that's okay. Like, the fact I was writing is really, really good. And I've got my session with Amy in a minute. So yeah, it's just very interesting. I think like one like a couple of little tweaks seem to reset my system, and I feel really, really good, really happy, really satisfied. I've got all those like loved up kind of hormones or whatever going on, all those dopamine hits, and I'm really excited again. Like, I feel really happy in writing, and I think that's actually going to help me to progress quite quickly as well, and it's taken away a lot of that angsty kind of feeling I was having with like, and the more I wasn't writing, the more frustrated I was getting because I wanted to write, and like starting was just so hard. Like, I just couldn't get that starting, like sitting down I couldn't get through that gate, that difficult kind of state of agitation. And I think that probably wasn't really helped with the fact that I was getting up at 5 a.m. trying to write, and so I was a little bit tired, and so my brain just wasn't really functioning at its best as well. So anyway, I just, kind of an observation really, just it's been very interesting today. I hope that this continues because this could be a really big breakthrough for me in terms of writing. And yeah, I'm going to go off and have my call with Amy in a minute, and hopefully I can get some more words in, because I'm kind of like an addict now. Like, I just want to get more words in, and I've been thinking a lot more about the perspective of my readers. So a lot of my readers are whale readers. They read a lot of books, and I also read a book recently that I really enjoyed, and it just reminded me, I guess, to take the perspective of a reader rather than as an author, and how frustrated I would be if there was like, I really enjoyed the book and I want the next book now. I don't want to have to wait for it or to go and read another book. I want to read the next one and I want it now. So I think if I can think of things as projects, and like maybe over the course of the week try and get like this book done and give it to my readers, and then like give them another book in the same series, and then once the series is finished, then I can start a new series. I think that's actually going to keep me very focused, and also because I've enjoyed a book myself, which that doesn't happen very often. I'm really excited about a book I'm reading, but I was like, oh, I can see like I want my next book, my next fix now. So I think if I can try and do that with my books, and also just thinking like, I wonder if I could invoke that neuroscience perspective in terms of my writing as well. So people, when they're reading, they're getting dopamine hits from like the emotions or the scene or the characters. I wonder if I can try and put that into my writing somehow so that they get the same neurotransmitter reactions, the same, feels, the serotonin levels like changing as because I guess that's what you get when you watch a movie or you read a book, or like you stroke your pet, like you're causing these neurotransmitters to release. So yeah, there's kind of a lot to think about. It's something I'd like to learn a lot more about as well, and see if I can apply it to my writing and to my reading and to my daily life as well. So just like changing things around a little bit. So instead of feeling that state of agitation when I'm about to start something I don't want to do, or I've got resistance to doing, or that makes me happy and I feel guilty for doing it, like writing, if I can actually try and break through that and know that that's actually a good state to be in, a bit like if you're doing a talk, you get that nerves and that adrenaline, and you get like, I get like quite shaky and stuff, but actually that adrenaline is a really good thing because it helps you, it gives you that extra bit of energy that you need to survive and to get you through that talk and to achieve something that's uncomfortable, but you know you feel amazing afterwards. So, and I think writing is very much the same way for me. So yeah, I'm going to try and start seeing that agitation state as a positive thing, and it's just something that, like, it's just my body's way of telling me, like, you need to take action. Like, if you want to get your house, if you want to be a successful author, if you want to have the life that you want, then you need to get your words done, and just see it as that state, that feeling, that horrible, scaredy kind of feeling I get, like imposter syndrome feeling when I'm about to start writing. See that just as my body telling me, you can't stand still, you can't take no action. And the only way to feel better and to get rid of that feeling and to turn it into something that makes you like on a high and makes you feel happy is to go through that and to start writing. So I think understanding things from that level has really, really helped me to try and get to grips a bit more. So instead of trying to just make myself feel better and avoid that feeling, I actually need to embrace that feeling and see it as part of the process. And it's just my body's way of protecting me and telling me, hey, you know, you need to do something here. Like, you need to, the only way you're going to tackle that feeling, that horrible feeling, is by facing it head on, doing it, starting. And as soon as you start, then you get the dopamine hit, and the dopamine is there to encourage you, to tell you that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing. You know, and I guess, like, if you think about evolution, if I was, you know, agitation is a state where I'm like, my body's going, you're thirsty, you have no water, you need to find water. Your body is supposed to be agitated and uncomfortable because you need to find water. And so if you find water, you get that dopamine hit, and your body is trying to help you so that in future you know where to find water, that you're going the right direction. And if you're going the wrong direction, you get kind of the opposite effect, or you're going down the wrong path. And so it's using those kind of like neurotransmitters and things, and those feelings, the emotions, like an addiction. It's basically the body's way of telling you, yes, you are going the right direction and you're doing the right thing. And if you continue going on this path, you will find water, or whatever it is that your body is looking for, or you are looking for. And I guess just in a modern way, to bring that today, it's like me, like my body's giving me the dopamine then when I start writing to say, you're doing great, you're going on the right path, you're going in the right direction, you need to continue on this path, and therefore I'm going to keep rewarding you with these little dopamine hits. So yeah, agitation, it turns out, is probably a good thing. It's just the body's way of telling you, hello, something is out of order in your body and you need to fix it. And so the only way to get rid of the agitation state is to move, is to get up, is to take action. And that's just starting writing. And that's why I set myself the goal of, like, if I can just write 5 words a day. And because I know as soon as I start writing, 10,000 words might feel too daunting, but 5 words feels completely manageable. And I know if I can add 1 more word or 5 more words to my manuscript, once I start, it's easy, because as soon as I've got my 5 little words in, I get my dopamine hit and I go, ooh, this is nice. And then I continue, and I want to continue. And actually it's harder to stop writing then, because I've got that little bit of extra energy to keep going. So anyway, this is going to turn into a long video if I keep waffling. So anyway, that's where I am today. That's what I've been kind of thinking about and doing and putting in place and changing. I'm just waiting for an Amazon delivery with things to clean my fish tank and some cat food for Artemis, because she's been hassling me all day for tins because she's run out. So anyway, hope you guys had a really cool day today. Yeah, let me know if those things apply to you as well. Can you relate to them? And are there things that you could try and do differently which might help you to tackle whatever it is you're struggling to tackle at the moment? Have an awesome day, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Bye.